Hold on. Wait, don't skip this video yet, because what I'm about to share could put thousands of dollars in your bank account this month. I'm talking about $3,000, $4,200, and even $6,500 deposits that were just approved for millions of Americans. And the best part? The money is already rolling out. But here's the shocking truth: about 47% of eligible Americans might miss out on this money simply because they don't know they qualify. Are you one of them? Let me ask you this. Do you or anyone in your family receive Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VIA benefits? Are you struggling with rising costs and inflation? Because if you answered yes to either of those questions, you need to watch this video right now in the next few minutes. I'm going to reveal exactly who qualifies, how much money you could get, and the step-by-step process to claim your deposit before it's too late. And trust me, you won't find this information anywhere else, not even on government websites. But before we dive in, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell right now, because I'm constantly updating my community with new benefit opportunities, and you don't want to miss out. Let's begin with the most pressing question on everyone's mind. Why are these deposits happening now? The answer lies in the perfect storm of economic challenges facing our nation's retirees and vulnerable populations. With inflation still impacting everyday expenses and the cost of living soaring in most states, federal and state governments have finally stepped up to provide meaningful relief. These newly approved deposits aren't just a single program. They're actually a combination of several initiatives working together to provide maximum support. The fascinating part is how these different programs can stack on top of each other for eligible individuals, potentially resulting in substantial deposits for those who qualify for multiple benefits. Let's start with the $3,000 deposit program. This initiative primarily targets Social Security recipients who fall within specific income brackets. The key factor here isn't just receiving Social Security benefits, it's about understanding how your total household income, including any part-time work or additional revenue streams, affects your eligibility. For example, Sarah, a retired teacher from Ohio, recently shared how she qualified for the full $3,000 despite having a small side business selling crafts online. The reason? Her total annual income still fell within the program's guidelines. Now, here's something crucial that many people overlook. The application process for these deposits varies significantly depending on your state of residence. Some states have implemented automatic enrollment for eligible recipients, while others require a specific application process. I'll explain the exact steps for both scenarios, but first, let's understand who qualifies for what. For SSI recipients, the news is particularly promising. The $4,200 deposit program has been specifically designed to address the unique challenges faced by supplemental security income beneficiaries. This program takes into account the strict asset limits that SSI recipients must maintain and doesn't count these deposits against those limits. This means you won't lose your regular SSI benefits by receiving these additional funds, a concern that many viewers have expressed in previous videos. Think about how this could impact your monthly budget. Mary, one of our viewers from Florida, shared how the $4,200 deposit allowed her to finally repair her home's air conditioning system and stock up on essential medications. These are the kind of life-changing differences these deposits are making in real people's lives. Veterans receiving VIA benefits have their own set of opportunities, particularly with the $6,500 deposit program. This larger amount reflects the government's recognition of our veterans' service and their specific needs. The program takes into account various factors, including service-connected disabilities, pension recipients, and those who qualify for VIA healthcare benefits. But here's where it gets really interesting, and this is something that very few people are talking about. There are additional state-level programs that can supplement these federal deposits. For instance, some states have approved extra funding for residents who receive any of these federal benefits, effectively increasing the total amount you could receive. Let's talk about the timeline for these deposits, as this is crucial information that could affect your financial planning. The rollout is happening in phases, with different groups receiving their deposits at different times. The good news is that once approved, most recipients are seeing the funds in their accounts within 2-3 weeks. However, there are some important deadlines you need to know about to ensure you don't miss out. For low-income individuals who don't receive SSI, SDI, or VIA benefits, there's still hope. The program has specific provisions for those who fall below certain income thresholds, regardless of whether they receive other government benefits. This is particularly important for seniors who might have limited retirement savings but don't qualify for other assistance programs. One aspect that's crucial to understand is how these deposits interact with other benefits you might be receiving. Many people worry that accepting these funds could jeopardize their existing benefits or cause tax complications. I'll break down exactly how these deposits are classified and what it means for your tax situation and benefit eligibility. The application process itself deserves special attention. While some recipients will receive their deposits automatically, others will need to take specific actions to claim their funds. The requirements vary based on your benefit type and location, but I'll walk you through the general process step by step. First, you'll need to gather certain documentation. This typically includes proof of identity, proof of residence, and documentation of your current benefits or income status. Having these ready before you begin the application process can save you significant time and frustration. For those who receive Social Security benefits, whether retirement or disability, the process might be simpler than you expect. Many recipients are already in the system and may receive their deposits automatically. However, there are some cases where additional information or action is required. I'll explain exactly how to check your status and what steps to take if you need to provide more information. Veterans have a slightly different process, working through the VIA system. The key is ensuring your contact information and direct deposit details are up to date in the VIA system. I'll share some common pitfalls to avoid and how to check your eligibility status through the VIA portal. Now, let's address some common questions that have been popping up in our community. Many viewers have asked about the timing of these deposits and whether they're one-time payments or recurring benefits. The answer varies depending on the specific program and your individual circumstances, but I'll break down all the possibilities. Another frequent concern is about eligibility for those who receive multiple types of benefits. For instance, if you receive both VIA benefits and Social Security, how does this affect your eligibility for different deposit amounts? The good news is that in many cases, you can qualify for multiple programs, potentially increasing your total benefit amount. Let's talk about the verification process once you've submitted your application. Understanding what happens behind the scenes can help ease any anxiety about when you'll receive your funds. The reviewing agencies typically look at several factors, including your income level, benefit status, and residence information. Knowing what they're checking for can help you ensure your application is complete and accurate. For those worried about scams I'll share some red flags to watch out for. Unfortunately, whenever new benefit programs are announced, scammers try to take advantage of vulnerable individuals. I'll explain how to verify legitimate communications and protect yourself from fraud attempts. What about appeals? If your application is denied, you have rights and options. I'll walk you through the appeals process and share some success stories from viewers who initially faced denials but ultimately received their deposits after appeal. The impact of these deposits extends beyond individual recipients. Communities across the country are seeing positive effects as these funds help stimulate local economies. Small businesses, particularly in areas with high concentrations of retirees and benefit recipients, are reporting increased customer spending. Looking ahead, there are discussions about potential extensions and expansions of these programs. While nothing is guaranteed, I'll share what we know about future possibilities and how to stay informed about new developments. This is where staying connected with our channel becomes crucial. We're constantly monitoring these changes and updating our community. Let's discuss some strategic planning around these deposits. While it's exciting to receive these funds, making the most of them requires thought and planning. I'll share some suggestions for prioritizing expenses and potentially using these funds to create longer-term financial stability. For family members helping elderly or disabled relatives, understanding these programs is crucial. I'll explain how you can help your loved ones check their eligibility and apply for these deposits, including what documentation you might need if you're acting on someone else's behalf. The technology aspect of receiving these deposits is worth discussing. Direct deposit is the fastest way to receive your funds, but what if you don't have a bank account? I'll explain alternative options and how to set up direct deposit if you haven't already done so. Some viewers have asked about state-specific additions to these federal programs. While we can't cover every state in detail, I'll highlight some notable state programs that provide additional support on top of these federal deposits. This information could be particularly valuable if you're considering relocating or if you help manage benefits for family members in different states. Let's not forget about the importance of record keeping. Once you receive your deposit, maintaining proper documentation is crucial for tax purposes and future benefit applications. I'll explain what records you should keep and for how long. The impact on other government assistance programs is another important consideration. Some viewers worry about how these deposits might affect their eligibility for programs like SNAP benefits or Medicare assistance. I'll clarify how these deposits are classified and their impact on other benefit programs. For those who receive disability benefits, there are some special considerations to keep in mind. The rules can be slightly different depending on whether you receive SSDI or SSI, and understanding these differences is crucial for maintaining your eligibility for both the new deposits and your regular benefits. Many viewers have asked about timing their applications for maximum benefit. While there's no guaranteed strategy, I'll share some insights about the best times to apply and how to ensure your application is processed as quickly as possible. As we wrap up this comprehensive guide to these newly approved deposits, let's recap the key points about eligibility and applications. Remember, these programs are designed to provide real relief to those who need it most, and understanding your rights and options is crucial to accessing these benefits. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on the latest benefit news and opportunities. Drop your questions in the comments below, and we'll address them in our upcoming videos. Stay tuned, stay informed, and most importantly, take action to secure the benefits you deserve.